Slade Heathcott, the first-round pick with the New York Yankees. And Slade, it's an honor to have you on the show.
Hey, thank you for your time. Just a privilege to be able to be on here.
Slade, your path to professional baseball was somewhat unusual. You faced a lot of challenges in your personal life as a youngster in Texas. How much did baseball help you overcome some of those obstacles?
I think there's been a lot of things in my life that's helped me overcome a lot of things that I've gone through and faced. Biggest thing with me, I think everything happens for a reason, but more so lately, more than anything, that, after being injured so much and past 2 years not really playing that much, kind of opened my eyes a little bit more to how much more I really want to play this game and how much more I want to play this game for a living. So more so recently than I would say in the past. So it's been nice to be able to have my eyes open to that opportunity.
In 2009, you led your senior team in Texas to a state title. You were returning from major knee surgery. That was one of the reasons why you couldn't play football. You were a linebacker. What did that season mean for your confidence, and what was the moment when you realized that you could actually make a living in baseball?
I guess when I actually got drafted, I guess it was kind of a reality that really sank in. This was I had been told a couple of months leading up to it, but obviously it didn't really sink in until after the fact of being drafted, and it kind of clicked of, man, I'm one step closer to my dream of playing baseball.
In June of that year, the Yankees drafted you, first-round pick, 29th overall selection. Take us through draft day. What goes through a player's mind when they prepare to get drafted and prepare from transition from school into a professional career in baseball?
I was actually with my high school team. We were actually headed to Round Rock for state playoffs. So my trip that day was on the bus with the team, had a practice at Baylor, and then drove the rest of the way. And we actually had just gotten to our hotel about 20 minutes before the draft actually started. So I guess I didn't get a whole lot of opportunity to think about it that day. It was just a fun process, really. The whole meeting scouts, meeting that whole thing, doing through those steps and meeting the people that those have to do, talking to those scouts, talking to people asking me about it. I really just enjoyed the whole process.
And it's really a fun process when you think about it. So many teams are looking to draft you, looking to maybe have you for a career, and then this is the opportunity where you could expand your horizons and see what's out there.
For sure. It's always nice to feel wanted, but it's like I told you, it was just one step closer to my dream of playing professional baseball. It's just something that when you grow up, just like kids all over America and all over the world grow up, starting to play baseball at 5, and you do it your entire life. I played multiple sports, but I always knew that baseball was the one that I was going to do and that I wanted to do given the opportunity. So it's been fun. Looking back on it now, I really enjoyed it. Obviously being in the state playoffs and being with the team and doing that and being drafted all in the same week, it was just a really, really cool week.
And during the 2010 season, you were playing with the Gulf Coast Yankees. We talked about some of the obstacles that you were facing. You actually found religion that year. You were taken to a church in Tampa near the Yankee complex, and you used religion as a means to improve your life. What impact does believing in something greater than yourself have in somebody's life? April 4, 2010, I accepted Christ into my life. I think the biggest thing for me with that was that I realized a little bit more than I had previous to that was that this life is about a lot more than just myself. And like I said, through the past 3 years, and especially in the past 9 months, it's really sank into this life is about a lot more than just myself and my career. And obviously I want to do the things that I need to do and handle my business on and off the field. Luckily enough to be around Jeter a little bit and see the way he goes about things really, really opened my eyes to how us as athletes should go about our day and how we should go about our business on and off the field. I was just saying, it just showed me that, there's a lot more in this life than just this game. But if you handle your business on the field, play the game with respect the people around you, things tend to work out the way they're supposed to.
Yeah, and you were mentioning about Derek Jeter, that you watched him, he was leading by example. Did you have any interactions with Jeter or any Yankee players around that time that also helped you in the process?
I did. Like I said, Jeter became one of my favorite player of all time, just because I saw the consistency and I saw how he treated not only the game, not only the players that he played with, but the fans that interacted in the game. That after seeing that for 4 years and the interaction between him and Mariano Rivera and Andy Pettitte, guys like that, you just realize that there's no excuse not to realize that there's a bigger picture, that yes, we are here to play this game for ourselves, but without the fans and without our teammates, this game is impossible. And I think that's the big picture that those guys portray, and leading by example couldn't be said any better.
And during your time with the Yankees, you were paired with a former Yankee pitching prospect, Sam Marcinek. He's worked with the organization, served as a mentor for you. What kind of influence do you have on you both on and off the field as you adjusted to the Yankee organization?
I haven't had any interaction really with Sam off the field. It's all, or on the field. It's been all off the field. In 2010, when I was going through my, you want to say, heydays or having fun or just being immature. Now when I look back at really what I see it as, due to Sam just stayed on me, kept pushing to hang out with him, and over time it just finally clicked that you know, that there was a bigger picture than myself, and just going out every single night and trying to fulfill that gap that I felt every day with partying and whatnot. I realized that I didn't have to go out and reach for that and try to fulfill that with the momentary happiness.
And your athletic background, we talked about, is a two-sport athlete. You played baseball, played football. What type of adjustments do former football players have to make when they choose a career in baseball?
I think you just got to cut back the aggression a little bit. You know, in football, when you get you want to say aggravated, you have a way to let it go. And baseball, it's taken me 4 years to really realize that this is a process. This is a day-to-day game, and, you know, we can't handle or we can't control anything that happens past. All we can do is handle right now, and not to go about it with anger or any attitude, but really just, I think it goes back to just respecting the game. You know, the game is about being in the moment now, not getting mad, not showing your effort or your emotions on your sleeve, things like that.
And I've noticed with a lot of different players who were former football players, came from similar backgrounds like that, coming into baseball, they do play the game the same way that they play football, where they try to put their maximum effort into every play. I know that that's one of the reasons why you suffered so many injuries. But with some other players, they would strike out maybe 100 times and 300, 400 at-bats because they're trying too hard on every single play, and they're almost playing the game basically the way that they would play football. And baseball takes a more cerebral approach. Without a doubt,
you know, especially at the plate, if you keep getting mad or keep letting your aggression get the best of you and try to overswing or try to make up for the last play or the last swing with this swing, you know, that's when you get yourself into trouble and start chasing pitches. And, you know, it's something that I really try to focus on this year of, you know, seeing pitches, sticking with an approach. You know, it's been on and off for the past couple weeks, but it's something that I'm trying to lock in to where I can step in the box and be just on my approach and locked in every single pitch.
So in the 2009 draft, outfielders such as Mike Trout, Randall Grichuk, A.J. Pollock, they've all advanced to the major leagues and they've flourished. Being in that same class, do you ever feel any pressure or frustration at this point that you haven't reached the show that, you know, I got to be in the big leagues, and it just hasn't happened for me yet?
At this point in my life, not whatsoever. I'm thankful for every bit of my injuries that I've had. As crazy as that sounds, it's given me a whole new perspective on life in general. I appreciate life and I appreciate the little things a lot more than I used to. And without those injuries and without those things, I don't know if I'd be at that point in my life where I am now to where I can really just love life the way I do. Obviously, you know, ideally we want things to go the way we want, but I've also learned that this life isn't about me. This isn't about how I want it to go. It's how the plan is supposed to go, and, you know, you just have to trust that.
You basically have to trust those ideas, and also it's kind of a humbling experience because you're in a situation where you think that basically you're on the top of the world, you have everything at your disposal, You're this first-round pick. You're this guy that's going to be in the major leagues in 3-4 years, and then all of a sudden you realize it could be taken away from you. Just one thing can happen. Some injury, some other occurrence, somebody, maybe some other competition in the system itself that might have leaped ahead of you. So it's really something that, there's so much going on in the game of baseball. It really teaches you a lot about life.
I would agree with that. It just goes back to just growing up on and off the field. I think that's just part of life.
What type of rehab and strategies have you done to try to work to stay on the field?
I injured my knee in February 2013. It's been the same knee injury the whole time that we just couldn't figure out. Luckily, I got with a guy in Orlando this year, and I spent 6 months in Pensacola with Andrews Institute working out. And from there, I went to the guy in Orlando, and I've just completely changed the way that I eat, the way I sleep, the way I work out, try to make it more functional towards the game, which I don't think I ever had before. So that's something I'm really looking forward to this year, is that I'm actually not only am I in the best shape I've ever been in, but I'm also in the best baseball shape. There's a difference in going in and pumping iron and throwing weight up and being able to move day to day and stay limber and stay healthy and have the stamina, muscle stamina to last for 150 games. I don't think that's going to be an issue for me. This year is the first year that I've actually gone into camp, and being healthy. I've always been trying to catch up when I go into camp. I think that's a big difference this year is I'm completely healthy and ready to go. I have a lot of maintenance with my knee, and, we all do. We all have things that we have to maintain and keep up, and that's just part of this game and part of handling your business.
After having multiple knee surgeries, do you have to play the outfield any differently? Because you were a guy that pretty much would try to run through a wall, try to max effort on every single play. Do you have to tone that down a little bit because you suffered so many injuries?
Not at all. None of my injuries have come from actually playing hard. I know that that's the common misconception among people. But no, honestly, my injuries have come from things I just can't control. Just freak things off the field of training that has caused me to get injured. I've actually never, that I recall, being injured from a game. It's always just been training off the field that it's been there. So, like I said, I took my training and made it into functional, and everything that I do to try to relate it back to the game. And the guy in Orlando that we worked out with has got me on that track and gotten me with a workout program that I really like and think is the best for me.
And when you've been on the field, you put up some strong numbers, especially with your on-base percentage. Your average has been over 279 or above in 3 of those seasons. On-base percentage 340 and above. What has been the highlight of your minor league career thus far?
I guess the fall league I had a lot of fun playing the fall league. I was healthy again for that stint of while I was there. Injuries, and there's never an excuse. That excuse is from not playing well. One thing I've learned about the greats and watching even Jeter or just looking in the past, that the greats found a way no matter what to get it done. And that's kind of the approach I'm taking. If there's no excuses, no exceptions, just getting the job done one way or the other, doing the best of what you have that day, and going with it.
And currently you're at spring training in the Yankees minor league camp. You're off to a very fast start. I think you're batting over 600 last I checked. Describe for us the atmosphere being surrounded by the big club, and has anybody given you any words of advice?
I think the best words of advice anybody can give you is just to take care. It just goes back, Jeter's the same way of saying just respect the game, play hard, take care of your business off the field, take care of your business in the gym, get your work in. But at the same time, this game's about mental approach. So that's something I'm really trying to lock in on, like I talked about earlier. Just get that approach down to where I've got it and that I trust it, not necessarily that I don't think about it every day, but that I need to trust it and stick with it and learn what I'm good at, and the things that I'm not good at, just let it be.
And what is the atmosphere like in a big league camp for somebody that's in the minor league all these years, and you have all these major league players there, you have the big league coaching staff? Can you describe that experience a little bit for us?
I'm having a blast, honestly. Being back on the field again means everything to me. It's a relief. I didn't know if I was ever going to do it again and feel as good as I do now.
So not only is it fun being over there and being around guys that play the game, you know, I try to watch people that I play with and play against as much as I possibly can to learn how they handle certain situations. I think that there's, you know, everyone in life is a teacher if you let them be. So it's been a lot of fun.
And currently, you're down in Tampa. What expectations do you have for the upcoming season? What are you working on down there?
Just being in the moment right now and having fun. That's all. I just want to have fun playing this game. This game was meant to be fun, and I think sometimes as players and you know, we try to make it out to be, oh, well, we have to play 150 games and this is a grind. No. And in my opinion, after being out for 2 years and being with the injuries I've had, this isn't a grind whatsoever. It's an absolute blessing every single day that we can walk out and be healthy and play this game. That's all I want to do. That's my only goal, is to have fun. And the rest of it, you know, everyone knows I'm going to do my work and do what I can to be the best I possibly can. But, you know, I just want to be here right now, be the best teammate I possibly can, and just respect everyone around me.
And it's been like that with all the Yankee prospects. You see what Aaron Judge has put up, and Greg Bird, and every single Yankee prospect has gotten off to such a fast start. They're trying to live in the moment. I don't think any of them are thinking about where they're going to end up. They're all just playing extremely well right now and just going for that one at-bat, that one game, and they're really making the most of it.
Yeah, I mean, no matter what we worry about, no matter how much we talk about it, no matter what we want, that's completely out of our control. As a player, all we can do is control what we can control, and all we can really control is how we work, how we play the game, and that's about it.
During the off-season, you joined some of your teammates. You finally created a Twitter account. What made you decide to become part of social media?
You know, I've had it in the past. I just don't think I was mature enough to be able to have that. And like I said, I have my views on life in general and a lot of, you want to say, just things that go on in life outside and in the world. I think I finally matured enough to realize that, you know, we all have our things. We all have the things that we believe in, our own opinions, and we're all entitled to that. So I just think I finally was able to be mature enough. The reason I got Twitter is that I've been a bad enough influence in my life, been a negative influence, I should say, in my life long enough, and I finally just want to be a positive. I just want to be a positive influence as much as I possibly can for as many people as I possibly can.
And a lot of people, they're always looking to have a positive influence, see something like that. You see so much bad news that goes on in the world, and they could just turn to your account and they could just read something that's pretty positive. You could follow Slade Heathcott at Heathcott_Slade on Twitter. You could follow me on my personal account at Gershon Lang. And Slade, it's been an honor to have you on the show. We'd love to have you on again sometime.
Hey, thank you guys. Just glad that I have the opportunity to be on here with you.
Thanks for joining us. For Slade Heathcott, my name is Gershon. It's time to say goodbye. We will talk to you soon.